Long time no see, Ranger fans. Welcome back. My name is Robbie. You're watching Geek Level Asian, and it's been quite a while since I've done a video like this, kind of like just speaking to you guys, but I figure it would be a good time to start talking about all that stuff. So today I want to discuss the 30th anniversary that's coming out, and I also want to go a little bit into the Power Rangers Cosmic Fury costumes that we already saw, the new suits. And you know me, I'll probably weave in and out of a bunch of other subjects throughout the conversation. But before we begin, I know that I always say this and I don't make videos that much, but if you'd like to support the channel, please like this video and subscribe to the channel itself. It's supposed to push these videos out to Ranger fans, but my views might say otherwise. So let's begin with the 30th anniversary. Many of the original cast from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers seasons 1 and 2 are going to be coming back as the main cast for this anniversary special, which I believe is 8 episodes. First question, and I didn't make a video about this, but the first question that I've been getting a lot on Instagram is, hey, do you know if JDF has any part of this? The first thing that I will say is that I obviously don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but from what I understand, JDF is not in this. Now, that being said, there are some behind the scenes pictures with a Green Ranger in the special. Now, is it gonna be JDF? Like, is it supposed to be his character and maybe he just won't speak? Probably not. They're probably gonna have someone take up his mantle, and if you've read the Boom Studios comics, you know that JJ, Catherine and Tommy Oliver's son, who becomes the Green SPD Ranger, gets the Dragon Shield, so maybe they're doing like a play on that. I'm not exactly sure. Another theory is that Adam, since he was the Green Zeo Ranger, actually takes up the mantle of the Green Mighty Morphin Ranger. Again, we don't know anything yet, but we are going to find out. Now, speaking of Johnny Young Bosch and Karen Ashley are both in the special, and they are both I guess you can say members or officers of Space Patrol Alpha, not Space Patrol Delta. So I can imagine that this is some type of organization like SPD, but when I think Alpha, I think maybe elevated. I'm not sure if they're actually gonna morph into action or not. Again, if the theory of Adam becoming the Green Ranger, then maybe. And part of the reason why I believe that Karen Ashley is not going to be suiting up as a Ranger, as a character, I should say, is because in the story, as we know, if you've been following what's been going on social media, they cast a new actress to the franchise who's going to be playing Trini's daughter. Her name is Charlie Kersh, and she's going to be playing Min. That being said, I should also mention the other Rangers, obviously. We have Steve Cardenas, who's going to be, coming back as Red Tyrannosaurus MMPR. Walter Jones, not Johnny Young Bosch, Walter Jones is going to be reprising his role as the Black Ranger, Mighty Morphin, and obviously David Yost is going to be the Blue Ranger. I would have loved the story of, because one of my favorite things about the idea of Billy spending so much time on Aquitar was his new technologies, like all the crazy things that are not earthly technologies because he was the brain, and all the things that he could bring back to Earth. So I really hope that they play into that. I hope there's a lot that he brings from his time in frickin' outer space, right? So I really do hope that they explain that. There's also some pictures of an updated Radbug, which I think is awesome. This car looks really cool. Like, this is a car that obviously looks like, it obviously looks like a prop car, but it would look really cool on the road. Just like the Batmobile would look like really cool if you were driving by it just normally. Oh, and I almost forgot Pink. So Catherine Sutherland is going to be returning as MMPR Pink. Amy Jo Johnson recently put out a statement that, because a lot of fans were upset that she wasn't returning, but she felt like, well, let me explain kind of what happened. And she does say that there's some really interesting things coming out in the horizon. I've heard a rumor that she's working on, was this Umbrella Academy? I heard a rumor that she was working on the comic, or a comic, or something related. That could be totally wrong. That's just what I heard. So now let's talk about the costumes. The costumes, I thought at first looked pretty regular, like what you would expect. But taking, a closer look, there's a few things that I noticed. One of the things that I noticed right away were the Green Ranger's armbands. They put some ornamentation on there. I don't know why they do that. I don't really see the need for stuff like that. There is one, I'm going to totally contradict myself. There is one, or there are ornamentations now. There's this kind of graded material now on the diamonds. I don't hate that. I think that's subtle enough that you don't see it, and it's cool enough to look like new armor. I like that. For any of you who follow my cosplay and when I, suit up, I don't like spandex that is just flat color. I just hate the way that looks. It looks cheap. I just like the way that the light shines, especially in the studio, like hero shots. I just like the way that looks. These kind of look like the suits that you order. That I'll put like the eBay thing up. It looks like these suits. Don't get me wrong, they're affordable, and they honestly don't look terrible. But for a show like with a budget, I kind of would want the regular looking Sentai looking suits that they do use in some of the American shows now. Even Brennan Mejia, I believe a while back, was talking about, the difference between the suit that he owns and what a Sentai suit actually feels like. And he said I think he said the Sentai suit feels more like wetsuit material, which is a lot thicker, but they do get to wear, or at least see those. I think they wore them. Yeah, they wore them. There's pictures of them without their helmets on. With the shiny spandex. So I would like that better. I don't know what the story is gonna be about with Trini. What happened to Trini and why is Min now the Yellow Ranger? Maybe she just wanted to leave it behind. I don't know how they're going to do that. Something that I'm also curious about, are they bringing back Bulk and Skull? I feel like they really should. I feel like Bulk and Skull should be in it, even if it's for a quick cameo. I truly believe that both of them should be in it. So let's move on to the Cosmic Fury suits and the announcements, the recent announcements for Power Rangers. We'll call it Dino Fury for now, but it's gonna be Cosmic Fury. The announcement for Cosmic Fury happened. It was literally the day after I met the Dino Fury cast at Power Morphicon, and it's so funny because I was talking to JT Fight about Dino Fury and his experience on the show and if he's working on anything coming up, and he kept it. See, I believed him. He was like, there's. He was just talking. Meanwhile, the next day, Cosmic Fury was announced. So the suits, they released pictures and videos on social media of the new suits recently, and we learned a few things. The first one, which is a pretty exciting one, is that Hunter Dino, Amelia, her character, is going to be playing the Red Ranger. So she was promoted. I didn't watch the ending of Dino Fury yet. I'm pretty far into it, but I didn't watch all of it yet. And I know that she was announced to be Rafkonian. So is she a leader because she's second in command as a Rafkonian? I don't know yet. I should watch it. You guys probably know more than I do. But yes, she is the leader, and that is pretty cool. And I know that there's gonna be people who comment this in the comments. Oh, and she's not the first leader. She's not the first Red Ranger leader. There was Samurai Red, and there was that one from the comic books. I forgot her name. Listen, she's gonna be the first Red Ranger leader that leads an entire season. And to me, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big thing. Oh yeah, and the A Squad for SPD, there was a female leader too. She was in the show, literally on-screen time less than 5 minutes? So back, again, this was during Power Morphicon, when they announced Cosmic Fury. At some point or another, they released illustrations of the suits and what they were gonna look like. It reminds me of when Saban was afraid to move on to the Die Ranger suits, so he kept the MMPR suits. It's like they wanted to keep the whole, Dino Fury theme, but they wanted them in space, which, I get it. And when I heard, oh, they're going into space, why didn't they just use the Q Ranger suits? And I know that there's been a ton of, well, they didn't want to use all those characters and blah, 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 blah. They said the team's too big for the back. Okay, fine. Whatever the reason is, whatever. So now, fast forwarding to today, again, a bunch of videos and pictures came out of the suits. Not only did we get a first look of these new suits, we noticed that they are structurally different, and everybody has differing opinions on these, and I'm gonna give you mine. I bet you can guess it. I am not a fan of the muscle suits. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really like the idea of the muscle suit. I mean, are we bringing back the Legacy action figure toy bodies and we're just trying to match that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Are we trying to get closer to Shazam? Power Rangers were never ripped, ever. They just never were. That was never what it was about. And I'm like, why would they be ripped now? I'm not saying that the cast is not ripped. Those guys are ripped. But that just doesn't show in spandex. It doesn't. And it kind of looks a little bulky. Now, I will be fair and say that suits never look the same once you're actually filming, things are edited and color graded, and you're getting the final product. I totally get that. Seeing behind the scenes, you know, not graded, just like regular social media shots of a suit is gonna look very different. I know this. So I am curious to see what they're gonna look like on screen. I hope they look good. In my personal opinion, I think Chance's suit looks the best. The black, the silver. He's also, I think he's the only one, he's got like this gold armor like on his right arm. I don't know if any of the other ones have that. I'll have to double check. I also like the red. I like Hunter's suit. I really like that a lot. I think the red and the silver look very good. I don't know how I feel about Zato's suit. I don't know how I feel about Russell Curry's suit. He called it champagne, and I actually like the champagne color. I have to see it on screen. It might look just really great. I have no idea. Right now, it just kind of looks kind of bland. But that's it, everybody. I gotta say, it does feel good to come back and be talking about this stuff again. I know it's been a while, so thank you for being patient. If you like this video, again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You could also follow me on social. I'm super active on TikTok. I'm pretty still active on Instagram as well. And yeah, happy to answer questions. Let's talk. I go live every once in a while. So everyone be good, and may the power protect you.